잘하고 그랬어. 영원한 건 절대 없어. 결국엔 넌 변했지. 사탕발린 위로 따윈 집어쳐. 오늘 밤은 삐딱하게. 제발 단 한 번이라도 너를 볼 수 있다면 모든 거 다 잃어도 괜찮아.
우리 사랑하지 말아요. 그대 좋아해요. 그대 좋아해요.
내가 외톨이 센척하는 겁쟁이.
하룻밤을 사랑하고 해 뜨면 싫죠. 이젠 아무런 감흥도 재미도 없는 기분.
In this video, we're gonna check out heat dropping or weakening. Dropping is 탈락 in Korean. Weakening is 약화, 약화 in Korean. Now let's read the text together. The heat sound, H sound, is very weak in Korean as well as in English. And often in casual speeches, the heat sound, H sound, becomes silent or weakens when it is placed between vowels after the nasal consonants 니은 or 미음, and finally after the consonant 리을 or 이응. So mark these three cases and remember them. The first one is between vowels. The second one after the nasal sound 니은 and 미음, and the last one after the consonant 리을 and 이응. Now let's look at the English word example. As you know, this word is pronounced as our. The sound of this H becomes silent. So this is not our, just our. So as mentioned above, the sound of here is also very weak in Korean. I've categorized this as two parts. The first one is dropping, and the second one is weakening. Let's check out dropping first. Now, lyrics number one is from the song 우리 사랑하지 말아요. Let's not fall in love. 그대 좋아해요. 그대 좋아해요. 그대 좋아해요. Let's watch the video first.
우리 사랑하지 말아요.
This part. 그대
좋아해요.
좋아해요. One more time.
그대 좋아해요.
그대 좋아해요. Right, let's look at this. This letter is pronounced as 촛 in isolation. 촛. The final consonant here of this letter belongs to 디귿 group, D group in final consonant simplification. So it is pronounced as 촛 in isolation. But this H sound is the actual sound of the final consonant here. And the final consonant here is followed by a vowel in the next letter, A. So this final consonant here is placed between vowels, A and O here. Like this, O. So like this, when here is placed between vowels, then it is just dropped. So 좋아 becomes 좋아, 좋아. 그대 좋아해요, 좋아해요. Let's watch the video again.
그대 좋아해요.
그대 좋아해요. One more time.
그대 좋아해요. 그대 좋아해요.
Lyrics number two is from the song 무제, Untitled by G-Dragon. 모든 걸 다 잃어도 괜찮아. 모든 걸 다 잃어도 괜찮아. Let's watch the video first.
제발 단 한 번이라도 너를 볼 수 있다면
This part.
모든 걸
모든 걸
다 잃어도
다 잃어도. One more time.
다 잃어도
다 잃어도
괜찮아
괜찮아. One more time.
괜찮아
괜찮아. Right. These are the cases of double final consonant containing 히. So this letter is pronounced as 일 in isolation. 일. The 히 sound, H sound is hidden. But this 히 sound, H sound, is placed after the consonant 리을 of this double final consonants. So in this case, the 히 sound, H sound is just dropped. And then the consonant 리을 is followed by a vowel of the next letter. So in this case, liaison or linking occurs. So the consonant 리을 shifts to the next letter and becomes 러. 일, becomes 이러. The 히 sound, H sound is just dropped. Now look at this letter. This letter is pronounced as 찬 in isolation. 찬. The 히 sound, H sound is hidden. And the 히 sound, H sound is placed after the consonant 니은 of this double final consonant. And it is followed by a vowel of the next letter. So in this case, 히 of this double final consonant is just dropped. And liaison or linking occurs. So the final consonant 니은 moves to the next letter like this. So becomes 나. 찬 becomes 차나. 괜찮아. If this letter is followed by one of the consonants 기역, 디귿, 비읍, 지읒 of the next letter, then aspiration occurs. So besides the case of aspiration, the 히 sound, H sound of these final consonants is just dropped. So 잃어도 괜찮아. 잃어도 괜찮아. Let's watch the video again.
모든 걸
모든 걸
다 잃어도
다 잃어도
괜찮아
괜찮아. One more time.
모든 걸
모든 걸
다 잃어도
다 잃어도
괜찮아
괜찮아.
꿈에서라도 나를 만나 다시 사랑하기를
Now let's check out the second part, 히읗 weakening. Lyrics number 3 is from the song 삐딱하게 by G-Dragon, crooked. 결국에 넌 변했지. 결국에 넌 변했지. Let's watch the video first.
영원한 건 절대 없어
This part.
결국에 넌
결국에 넌
변했지
변했지. One more time.
변했지
변했지. Right. This letter is pronounced as 편 in isolation. 편. And this one is pronounced as 헷 in isolation. 헷. The double final consonant 쌍시옷 of this letter belongs to 디귿 group. D group in final consonant simplification. So 편, 헷. But the first consonant 히 of this letter is placed after the final consonant 니은 of this letter. And the 니은 is one of the nasal consonants. So in this case, the first consonant 히 weakens. Then the final consonant 니은 of this letter can be thought to be followed by a vowel of the next letter. Then liaison or linking occurs. So the final consonant 니은 of this letter, this one, shifts to the next letter. So 앳 becomes 넷. 편, 헷 becomes 벼넷. 변했지. But in most cases, you can still hear a little bit of 히 sound, H sound, when you pronounce this letter. 변했지. 변했지. Let's watch the video again.
결국에 넌
결국에 넌
변했지
변했지. One more time.
결국엔 넌
결국에 넌
변했지
변했지.
사탕 발른 위로 가운 집어쳐 오늘 밤은 삐딱하게
Lyrics number 4 is from the song If You by Bigbang. 있을 때 잘할 걸 그랬어. 있을 때 잘할 걸 그랬어. Let's watch the video first. This part. 있을 때
잘할 걸
잘할 걸. One more time.
잘할 걸
잘할 걸
그랬어
그랬어. This letter is pronounced as 잘 in isolation. 잘. And this one is 할. 잘, 할. But the first consonant here of this letter is placed after the consonant li을. So the sound weakens. And then the liaison or linking occurs. So the final consonant li을 of this letter shifts to the next letter, like this. You should think of this as 알, not 할, but just 알. So 알 becomes 랄. So 잘할 becomes 잘할. But also you can still hear a little bit of 히 sound, H sound when you pronounce this letter. 잘할, 잘할. So the 히 weakens after the consonant li을. Let's watch the video again. 있을 때
잘할 걸
잘할 걸. One more time.
잘할 걸
잘할 걸.
그랬어
Lyrics number 5 is from the song Loser. 아무런 감흥도 재미도 없는 기분. 아무런 감흥도 재미도 없는 기분. Let's watch the video first.
하룻밤을 사랑하고 해 뜨면 싫지
This part.
아무런
아무런
감흥도
감흥도. One more time.
아무런
아무런
감흥도
감흥도.
아무런 감흥도
This letter is pronounced as 감 in isolation. 감. And this one is 흥. 흥. But the first consonant here of this letter is placed after the consonant 비음, nasal sound. So the sound weakens and liaison or linking occurs. So the final consonant 비음 of this letter shifts to the next letter. So this 응 becomes มึng. มึng. You have to think of this letter as not 흥, but just 응. So 감흥 becomes 감흥. 감흥. But you can still hear a little bit of 히 sound, H sound, when you pronounce this letter. 감흥, 감흥. Let's watch the video again.
아무런
아무런
감흥도
감흥도. One more time.
아무런
아무런
감흥도
감흥도.
재미도 없는 기분
재미도 없는 기분. Lyrics number 6 is from the song If You. 나는 바보처럼 멍하니 서 있네요. 나는 바보처럼 멍하니 서 있네요. Let's watch the video first.
나는 바보처럼
나는 바보처럼
멍하니
멍하니. One more time. 멍하니. This letter is pronounced as 멍 in isolation. 멍. And this one is ha. But the first consonant hit of this letter is placed after iung of this final consonant. So the sound weakens a little bit. And ha becomes a. 멍하 becomes 멍아. But as I said, you can still hear the h sound, h sound when you pronounce this letter. 멍하니. Let's watch the video again. 나는 바보처럼 멍하니 서 있네요. One more time. 멍하니 서 있네요. Alright guys, we checked out heel dropping or heel weakening in this video. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please show your support by subscribing, commenting, and liking. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!